pies, gingerbread, honey bread, cookies, dried and fresh fruit, and more nuts. To be honest with you, I think you'd be surprised if you got through the meal that you wouldn't need to eat. You wouldn't need to eat dessert. It's huge. God, I thought I could eat. Yeah. Also, too, they have a thing called the Bulzva. Bulzva?
Zva. Usually they don't pronounce the first.
So, Zva. Sorry, it's VZVAR. So, yeah, good one, that one. Meaning boil up. So basically they just throw everything in together, boil it up.
Oh, hungry mouth.
Yeah, pretty much. It's traditionally served at the birth of a child, so Christmas, it's for the birth of baby Jesus. And also to... Yeah, that's pretty much it. Bex, super quick, tell us about Father Frost.
Oh, wow.
Who's
Okay.
Father Frost?
So, Father Frost is, I suppose, he's like Santa Claus. He brings the presents to the children and is usually accompanied by his granddaughter, whose name I'm not even going to try and pronounce, I apologise. On New Year's Eve, children hold hands and make circles around the Christmas tree, and they call for Father Frost. I know, I read that and I was like, okay.
I'd accidentally left in the Russian... So
yeah,
it looks
thanks
like
for that.
Dead Morals or Morals?
Dead Morals
Dead
or something
Morals.
like those lines, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, carry on.
And when they appear... the star and the other lights on the Christmas tree light up, and he brings in a big bag of magical stuff. That's awesome. Oh, staff. Here's a staff. A big magical staff. Oh my goodness.
Keep digging that hole.
I apologise.
And one of the most famous things about Christmas in Russia, obviously, is to people in Western Europe and the USA, is the story of babushka. Now, it means the grandmother in Russian, and it tells of an old woman who met the wise men on their way to see baby Jesus. Now,
that's really cool.
I would normally say, hey, let's have a bit of a story, but it's running a little bit long, but we'll put something on the website anyway, and you can have a read of it. It's actually a really nice story.
Oh, absolutely. And finally, moving on to Finland, where my sister-in-law and my nephews are from. Nephews, I should say nephews. We have two now. So Finnish people believe that Santa Claus or Father Christmas lives in the northern part of Finland, so up near Lapland, just north of the Arctic Circle.
Korva Tunturi. I spelled it out phonetically, so I wanted to make sure I said that. Yeah.
There's actually people send Christmas letters or letters to Santa Claus in Finland from all over the world, and there is actually a big tourist park, which, funny enough, I think my nephews have been to, where they actually think that the Santa Claus lives, which is quite sweet. I think that's quite a sweet story.
That is cool. It also means too that Santa doesn't have to travel far on Christmas Eve to deliver to the people of Finland. If he doesn't get the chance, he does the normal thing, drops them under the Christmas tree, it's fine. But in Finland, Santa might also be known as... Crap, why did I start saying this? Joulupuki.
Something around those lines,
He basically rides with reindeer, leaves gifts under the Christmas tree, but if you've been naughty, you end up with a bag of coal.
Which is actually very similar to most of our cultural identities, people say. Yeah. At Christmas, everybody tries to be at home for Christmas. And that includes fishermen and people who are generally away for long periods of time.
Because fishing's huge in Finland, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
So
it is. But also, it's a very strenuous... it's the kind of time of the year where the whole family gets together, so they do their best to get back together.
Indeed. But you know why, though, they get everyone back together?
Why?
Because everyone cleans their houses ready for the 3 holy days. So, you're going to get your dad who's been on the boats for 6 months. Oh, no, you're coming back. You're cleaning the house.
Oh, yeah.
They clean on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day. They get ready for those 3 days.
And it's FYI, insane. Don't think you're not showering 10 times before you even think about coming to bed.
Pretty much, yeah. If you're not sweating, you're not cleaning enough. Hurry up, let's go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Christmas Eve, once again, is very special. They do a lot over there in Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
They spend the Christmas Day doing something else. Finnish people do. We'll talk about that very soon. But on Christmas Eve, that's when they have... It's traditionally rice pudding, plum fruit juice for breakfast. Then the tree is brought, if it hasn't been already, and is decorated. And by midday, the Piece of Christmas is broadcast on radio and TV by the city mayor of Turku, which is south of Finland.
And because it gets very dark in most parts of Finland around Christmas time, usually about 3 o'clock, just because of how north they are, it is now traditional to go now traditional to go to cemeteries to visit the graves of past family members. Some cemeteries are enormous and generally have police on duty to manage the traffic, but everybody must walk the last few yards to their grave, to the graves of their ancestors. They hang candles in lanterns, and they're left around the grave. And often, majority of their family members will actually make the walk to get there. And the whole cemetery is alight with glowing lanterns.
That would be quite nice.
It would be, wouldn't it?
It would be a very nice thing to do. And so they do that, then go home for Christmas. It's eaten in the early evening. It includes lutefish or saltfish. It's a traditional starter. Not so common nowadays, but they kind of still have it every now and then. Main meal is normally... Oh, man, I feel hungry reading this already.
That's what we're having for Christmas.
a leg of pork served with mashed potato, traditionally baked slowly in the birch bark boxes in the oven, and similarly cooked mashed swede. Also, they do have casseroles, which contain carrot, potato, something called rutabaga, which I don't know what that is, but sounds good. Cured salmon is also popular, and dessert is baked rice pudding, porridge eaten with spiced plum jam. And once again, they hide one almond in it. If you win, you're going to be lucky for the next year.
That's awesome.
That's very cool indeed.
It is.
And that is it for the first podcast.
And it's quite cool.
Clocking in at 21 minutes, but a little bit different, as we said, to last year's one. We'll see what we can do with the next ones. Like, we've got everything all kind of matched out and pitched out and all that kind of stuff. We'll try and shrink them back down, but obviously when you do 5 minutes on each country, it kind of does push a little bit longer. Yeah,
and we don't want to miss the important parts of somebody's culture as well. So,
exactly.
I mean, thank you for listening as far as you have. If you have got this far, hope that we've given you a really nice little insight into some wonderful Christmas traditions from the... Oh, Rebecca, you've forgotten what you were going to say.
Scandinavian countries?
Scandinavian countries. That's the one.
And next, tomorrow we are going... I'm trying to give clues, but not actually say.
Okay.
We are going to the place of... Oh, not screw it. I'm just going to give it away. We're going to the place where there's a great big Jesus. We're also going to a place which is quite warm, considering its name is the opposite. And we're also going to go to Argentina too. I couldn't think of anything for Argentina. sorry, Argentinians. They're good at soccer, I guess. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so until tomorrow, thank you so very much for listening. If you like this, hashtag GRR podcast, or even hashtag 12 days of podcast. And we'll see what we can do. Until then, have a great day. And day one of 12 days podcast is now
complete.